Hi guys. Well, we're back at Groundhog Day again. Here we are sitting, standing, looking at this mess. And I've been working on it, but I'm having a hard time getting into it, you know what I mean? You ever had a job that you didn't want to do? And it started out negative right off the bat when that hanger broke, so that's just it's just the way it is. So I've been procrastinating. Today is a beautiful day. See the sun? Anyhow, what I'm working on is, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it on the camera or not. If you can see the gap there and the gap here, okay, this is about 20 thousandths of an inch wider than that is over there. So that means this shaft has to come this way. I might have explained this before, probably did. Well, to do that, I had to take the steps out and all this kind of stuff and get into here. And now I found out that this washer wouldn't go back into there. I keep getting wouldn't go back into there, so I tapered it. And that took, if I knew what the taper was supposed to be, it was like put it in, taper it a little bit, come back, put it in, taper it a little back. And so, you know, I've probably been an hour and a half playing with that. So now it's ready for this to go back down in there. And it's, I gotta put you in the thing. That bolt fits very tight into that, I don't know if that's called a saddle or not. So we're just gonna put you back and you can watch me play along for a while until you get tired, and I would put it in triple speed or something like that, maybe to zoom through of it. But it's a beautiful day, but I only got about another hour or so, and the wife's kind of interested in me going along with her to, she has a dinner meeting. I can't see anything in here the way it's shadowing. I hope you guys can see that. I won't know until I put it on tonight, so this might be a total waste. Oh, I have something else to show you. Now, I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. Been wearing a lot of shorts, been doing a lot of shorts. I can't even see where that hole is, but I know there's one down there. We'll just, that's gonna burr up that bolt until it gets down in there. And that should give me enough to move that way. Now, what you probably can't see, well, let me put the washer in. That's about a 3/4 inch bolt on there. Come off the telephone pole. You know me, I'm cheap, frugal, don't want to spend the money on this. If I don't spend the money on this, I got money to spend on other things. Well, the nut seems to be going on pretty good. I should probably keep my mouth shut because it's probably gonna get nasty. But this is just kind of what you got to do. It ain't fast, but these old mills, they take a lot of attention. The newer mills is less attention because they knew where the problems were and they knew how to get around them. All right, that's that. Now I'm gonna bring you over here. Of course, I forgot my wrench. This one here, because it's coming out of that rounded part, that nut there, really doesn't make any difference. Now we're going to take you around the other side and hopefully push that up and get that in line straight that way. And then I got to align it up and down. It still has an up and down issue. And I don't know how close I want to get. I guess while you're here, on this side, we're still working on making smoke signals, and we're coming along over here. That's looks 100 times better right now than it did. All those boards up there have nails in them. I think I might have told you that before, and they got to be taken out, just because the more nails you take out and try to preserve, not that you want them again, that's more nails. Every one you get is one you might not get in your tire. That's why I do that. So whenever possible, I take them out, and I think I've showed you the container in the back. Now, what I did in here, this has a lot a lot of pull that way, because that's, you can't see it underneath all this nonsense. That's where the motor, you can see the motor over there if you're not familiar with it. There's a lot of pull this way, so I put these in here to push it that way. So I'm getting ready to push it that way. That might not be too bad. Might be hateful, I don't know. But I can just, well, while you're here, let's see what we can do. That one there is just going to push. Of course, with this, kind of see when I'm moving it. I know it's moving because I can see the bolt coming through. I just drew a little line there. It's got to move quite a bit. I knew that was going to happen to me, and I don't have a, well, maybe I can run this one a little bit. Of course, I don't know what when you're watching what you're doing, you kind of lose track of what's in the camera, so sorry about that. I guess I have to move them both a little bit at the same time. We've probably moved it 1/16 of an inch. Let me, best way to do is just put a screwdriver in there. It goes up to about there. See how far the screwdriver goes in that way? See how far the screwdriver doesn't go in that way? So I got to crank it some more. That's probably, you know, if I can get it close enough to the screwdriver, I don't have to have it within, you know, micro. But I might have to, yeah, I might have to go get something to hold that, which I don't have anything with me to do that, which there's always some stupid little thing. Maybe I can hold it with my hand. You see what I'm doing? And it's pushing against it right here, which I made something there. I'm going to put you guys in stands, see if I can't hold that with my hand enough. Oh, you know, I got my, never mind. I haven't switched all my tools over to the other machine. So, and that's why I got the Kubota back here. I still got all the tools back in the Kubota. Yeah. You know, I didn't look to see if you guys were in there. Yeah, you're kind of in there. I don't know where the best... If I get in the wrong spot, is all you're going to do is see my back. That looks pretty good in the camera. It just doesn't quite go back far enough. Should have brought a pair of, well, I didn't know I was going to need them. Let's see what we're doing on moving it wise. Not very much. Yeah, well, it's coming off of this, so it has to be moving it. It's doing something. Paint dry here. There's a lot of paint drying. Boy, that thing just doesn't... I know I had a line there, and I know the line is gone. So I've moved it. Boy, it ain't much. I figure I'm moving that bearing. I'm tightening the belt at the same time. This thing just won't quite get there. Well, I'm going to do the old screwdriver test and see where we're at here. Goes into there. I know you can't see that here. It's getting pretty close. It's getting closer. You would never know it. A couple more hours and I ought to have it whipped. just this stupid thing's in the way. You know, it's like the engineers that design a car. It just ain't getting in there. It's like an engineer that designs a car that never has to work on it. Well, I'm the one that put that up. For years I never had it there. And all the safety Nazis, I put it in. And now I'm fighting it. So for all those years I had that there. And this is just miserable here. And this is why I haven't worked on it. I knew it was going to be miserable. And when you guys aren't around, I have the radio going and just go at it. I moved a little bit. Let me move it to where it's. I don't know if a regular wrench would go on that or not. I didn't bring a regular wrench back, can you tell? Alright, let's get the old screwdriver out. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. And see where we're at. I wish I could bring you along. But it ain't. It's pretty darn close. It needs to move over a little further. And those pulleys aren't tight. That coupler isn't tight. But basically, if I stick it in here at about wherever that is, now I'm gonna move that back a little bit. I should probably tighten that up so I don't get goofy readings. But it goes in about that far there. And if I have a marker, I'll mark it. Yep, there's a marker up here. I'll just mark it, but I can't mark and hold the camera and hold everything at one time. So you're back on the thing. So yeah, I can see the up and down is goofy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see where we're at here. It's still got a ways to go. So, I don't know if you guys want to come along with that. I think you can see that the back has to come up. I don't know whether that shows on the camera or not. Maybe if I get it down here, that back there has to come up. Here you might be able to see the distance here and the distance up there. So that's got to get raised up. So I think I'm going to back that off, put some shims under it. That thing probably needs, I'll bet it needs 1/8 of an inch shim back there. Let me I don't know if I can get I had the machinist level on it, and that'll tell you about how much it has to go up. But I haven't cleaned this part of the let's see. Ooh, it's way off. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to have to go up at least 1/8 of an inch. Which is going to take that down, so that means this one has to come up too. Guys, I'm going to be here for a couple years, just lining things up. So there ain't no point in watching too much paint dry. So I'm gonna bring that up 1/8 of an inch and this up maybe a 1/16 of an inch. But that's the next step is bring that up. And I got my Boxo shims. Where did they go? Here. This is about, that's less than 1/8 of an inch. I can tell because I've done. Oh, here's some big ones over here. Let's see. Boxo shims. I don't. That might work in the front there because it goes under the main. No, that won't work there either. Might have to cut some shims. I don't think that's 1/8 of an inch. Let's see. Got my. No, that's under 1/8. That's 1/8. So I gotta find some shim stock. These are actually set that down there. I might just put a couple of these. That's nice and thick. That's what I ought to put in there. These are actually 4 bearings, and if that fits that bearing back there, I'll stack these up because you just slide it in, then shove it over. Are you in there? You just slide it in and shove it over, shove it in and slide. No, you got to slide it in, then shove it over. So if those will fit, I think that's just what I'll do, because then I can put them up a little bit at a time. So let me see see how close it is. Guess what? Wrong size shims. But I could still do that. I think there's bigger ones of these in there. Always save goofy things like that, guys. If you do, somewhere along the line, you're gonna wish you had them. I think I got bigger ones in there. I'm dropping them on the ground. Maybe not. Nah. Yeah, that's a bigger one. That's a universal fit anything. That one there would work. I think there's more of them in there. Or not. These are little ones. Now we're getting down. I got all sorts of, yeah, here we go. These will work. So I'm gonna stack up some of these. I need to take them up to the house and wire them off. And I think they will work just fine. How thick are they? They are let's see. $70,000. So I might put 3 of them in there. That'd be 210. Yeah, I think I'll put 3 of them in there. So that's what's next on my program. I'm going to back that off. I'll leave you watching. I'll tell you what, guys. If you want to watch, you can watch. If this is just too daggone boring, which it is for me too, turn it off. Or turn it up to fast speed. That's, if I find 3 of these that are halfway decent, not too greasy, so I'm going to try to get that bearing raised up. So we know we're pushing that way real hard. So now we got to back it off, which shouldn't back off, be too hard to back off. Famous last words, isn't it? Yeah, it's turning. Daggone it. I'll bite it here because it's got threads. Ouch! That's not easy on the hands. I might just have to go back and get a wrench. Now mind you, I'm pulling 4 big belts with this contraption here. Yeah, I don't want that one to tighten up. I might put a dial indicator on that other side just to see where I'm going here. This isn't too bad here. There, now we're in the realm of not too bad. Let me sit down. Of course, I don't know what I'm sitting on. It wasn't very comfortable, I can tell you that. I also had a little indentation here. I hope you can see that so when it went in, it wouldn't. Now I still have all the tension of those belts on there too, guys. Don't forget that. If I got a square in there, I need to get some wire brushes, 3 shims. Hold on, guys. This ain't a fast job. Of course, can't find my wire brush when I want it, which is normal for me. I'm a mess. I wanted a square, but I don't see that one in here. Well, there's a little one here, big one here. That isn't what I wanted, but that'll work. This is why I haven't been doing too many videos, or one of the reasons. All right, we can't do that. Well, I'm hoping we got 3 shims. One, 2, 3. I was going to take them up and wire brush them, but you know something? I just don't feel like it. Well, that one's real nasty. Big stuff's off. I guess that'll be good enough. Man, that's some. I need one more. That was a real nasty one. Ain't no point in doing that. Oh, let me find one that ain't so nasty. This one isn't. Scrape it over here. It'll work. Now I got to get that bearing up. Don't forget, all them belts are on there, and they're going to be pulling on it. I just don't feel like taking the belts off. I got a half-ass mark there. Just kind of a reference. Yeah, you can see where that. No, that was where that other thing was. A little bit of grease. Alright, let's see if this can come up. I gotta undo that hole underneath. Seems I don't want it to come up too high. Because I don't want it to go whoosh like that. This thing has not been off in more years than I can count. And if you think about it, and I haven't adjusted it since I put it in years and years ago, and you're asking an awful lot to have wood stay put for as many years as this in and not have to do something with it. So I'm not real upset about this, because you guys know wood goes goofy. Let's see if we got. Well, I can feel that. I definitely feel that. Remember, there's a 30-inch pulley on the other side of that that's holding it down with the belts pulling it that way. And it ain't real happy, Pappy. It ain't real happy. This should, yeah, that'll work. And that's what these bad boys are for. Let me see if I might have to come up with another plan of raising that up. Because if I do this is where you need a helper, guys. This is just where you need a helper. See, that's in the way. Well, I got that side up. Now I have to swing it up to swing it around. It ain't light. Well, what kind of time you got on here? I think I'm gonna move this camera out of the way. You can see why I haven't really felt like getting into it. It ain't no quick, it ain't no just, oh yeah, just put a shim in it. You know, it's like, it sounds easy, but it ain't quite as easy as you think. So you can kind of see what I'm working on here. I'm gonna wrap this one up. So I'll put it on tonight. Go check out a lot of the shorts that I'm putting on. I've been putting on a lot of shorts lately because a lot of the stuff, I don't know, I'm just doing that. Went down to Jeff's yesterday and had him weld the tip on that. It's not a picaroon. I think it's called a pike pole. And I just use it in the boiler area. So anyhow, check out some of the shorts. You might enjoy some of those. Kind of let you know what's going on, that I'm not just doing this or avoiding this. So I'm glad you came by today, and I hope you aren't too totally bored, but it ain't a fast process, guys. So thanks for coming along and putting up with me. Bye. Bye again.